How's it going, guys? My name is Michael Thomas, and today I want to go through how to set up the Specifications tab in the Enterprise theme. It's a pretty cool tab. It allows you to display a lot of additional information with your products, and to do so, you're going to have to use metafields to set it up. And there's a specific way you need to do it, so I'm just going to go through it from step by step, and you can follow along, and going to just basically show you the demo stores here of Enterprise. So here we can see on the digital demo store, they have the specifications like this in a nice little collapsible format like this. On their other demo store, they have the specifications tab like this, and active, it is similar to the previous one. As you can see, they have a couple of options here, but there is no limit on the options. It just really depends on how in depth you want to go with your information. So yeah, I'll get into it. So I'm going to just jump over to my demo store and start it from scratch. Okay, so here I am on my product page, and down here I'm just going to have my specifications set up. Now what I'm going to do to make this a little bit easier, I'm just going to disable my product information. And this is actually kind of a tip on Enterprise. You can have this product details section display in the center. If you actually put a section in between it and your product information, it will make it a center display. So now that I've actually blocked my product information, it's gone to a center display, which I think is just going to be even better for demonstrating this video. So we'll go down here, and underneath product details, we want to make sure that we add the block for tabs. You'll only find the one block for tabs. You can't create multiple ones. But in there, they do give you a lot of setup and information. So here, if we open it up, we can kind of go through it. If we want to have it a collapsible content, it will be displayed like this, or the horizontal tabs will have all the options in a row. I prefer the collapsible content. I just think it looks a bit more modern. So here we can show a description if we want to. I'm going to leave it enabled. And we have the show specifications tab checked, but obviously it's not showing because currently there's no specifications added. If I just put in something here like this, we'll see it should pop in like that. And we can see color dash, but no information. So now we're going to set this up. So in order to set this up, we need to create metafields for each one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here to the back end and create my metafields. So to create metafields, we go to custom data. And for us, we want to make sure that we're selecting products. It only works with products. If you're trying to hook up variants, it will not work because you can't. It doesn't have the ability to display different variant information when you select a different variant. At this time, at least, the theme doesn't have that, but maybe in the future it will import it or add it to the theme. But for now, you can only do this with products. So we open up the products here, and we're going to add a definition. And for me, I'm going to add color as my first. Description, I like to put in information like what this is particularly for, because if you have a lot of metafields, sometimes it can get a bit overwhelming. You're like, oh, what does that do? Or what's that for? So I would just be very descriptive here. So I would just say spec tab product page. And that would be enough for me to know like, oh, that's on the product page, the specifications tab. For select type, this is going to be a text-based input. It will only support text. So for this, you have a couple of options. I like to go with rich text because it allows you to use bold, italic, whereas you don't get that option if you use single line of text. I wouldn't use multi-line text because we won't be making multiple lines here. We're just going to be having a single line. So I've got that created, and I'm going to click save. So now, for this product here, all I'm going to do is I'm going to open it up. And if you guys are curious about like what browser I'm using Arc browser. I like it because it has a lot of cool little features. I'll have a link below for it if anyone's truly interested, but it's my favorite browser. So yeah, now we've got our metafield created. So we're going to go down here and we can see our metafields. So in here, I'm going to put in the information. So this is a gray t-shirt and I'm going to click save. Now this part's going to be a little bit different to how you would use metafields and hook them up, because here you can see this is the connect dynamic source for metafields. Whereas what we have to do here is we have to put in the path of the metafield, and we get that by essentially over here. You can do two things. You can either copy this entire guy here, but you can also just copy this guy here as well. It will take either one. Probably better to go with this one because it's a little less long and it'll keep things a bit nice and compact. So I'm going to go back here, and now here's the important part. We need to put in a colon after this, and we're going to put a space, and we're going to paste that in there. And when we do that, what's going to happen is we're going to get a layout like this. So we can see color here is pulling in the metafield information here. So I'm going to do one more so you can see. So I'm going to put in a size range. I'm going to colon, and we go to specifications. We can see here now it looks like this a bit. If we want to right align our values, it'll put this over to the far right. Show empty metafields. If we uncheck that, it will not show any metafields that aren't set up. So I'm going to re-enable that. And this guy here is just, what would you like to put in between, or if there's no, if there's an empty metafield, what would you like to be displayed? So you could just say no metafield, and that will then just be displayed here, but I prefer what's already there. So like that. So let's just go through this one more time. We're going to go over here. We're going to go to add a definition. We're going to make sure it's a product metafield, not a variant or a page one. So we go here, we go size range. Click that. I could even copy this here if I wanted to as well, just to help me speed up things. And we're going to select type. We're going to select rich text. We're going to click save. And that's our metafield created. And now I could go back to my product here. I could just put that metafield in there for now, and then I can go to my product. So here now I can just be like, it's an XS dash XL is the size range. Now when I click save there, I can close that and I can save here. And after the page refreshes, we'll see it still hasn't refreshed, but it should start to import that information, which we can see there. Also, I'll show you how you can do bulk editing metafields, because some people aren't aware that you can do that. And so what I would advise doing in order to kind of like, if you're going to create a lot of these and you want to save yourself some time, probably best to do it in bulk. So what I would do is I would go and create the metafields. I would then add the metafields to this guy, and then I would go bulk edit my products. So I'm just going to go over and quickly bulk edit my products. So now I'm over here in my products. So what I'll do is I'll click on this guy and we'll go bulk edit. And from here, what I like to do is over in columns, I like to just uncheck things I don't need so everything can be nice and compact. So I'll just uncheck that, uncheck that. I wish Shopify would add a uncheck all option. And now we can see metafields. So I will enable size range and color. So here I can quickly just go size range XS dash XL. And if it's going to be the same for all of the products, I could just essentially scroll all the way down here. And while holding down the shift key, clicking here, and if I go back up here, and anything I change in here now and click enter, it will change in all of these guys here for me. So I probably should have done that first actually. So I'll do this here. So here I'll scroll all the way down to the bottom and hold down shift and click. And I have to go all the way back up for this to work because you have to do it in the highlighted form here. So now if I click in here and I put in red, enter, we'll see the rest of them are now showing red. So if I click save, I'm just going to make sure that this worked by copying the name of this product, going back to my site, searching the product. Yeah, as you can see here, we're on the product here. I can even uncheck this guy just to show that it is. And we go down to our specifications and we can see they're showing in there. So that's how you can set up your specifications for your products. I hope you enjoyed the video and hope you found this helpful. If you did, please do consider giving a like and subscribe. I'll be doing more videos on enterprise. So if there's anything you're unsure about or anything you want me to cover, please do let me know. But yeah, thanks very much for watching, guys, and have a great one.